the insidious attacks on free speech in England have been really, really staggering and alarming to watch. When you get people, grandmothers being locked up for something they posted on Facebook and then deleting because they thought I shouldn't have done that. That's not what a democratic society like the UK should be doing to anybody. I think that obviously we all know, I think, in our gut what the exceptions to free speech are. If you're literally inciting people to kill people, fine. We can all agree that is wrong, right? But when you're expressing a vehement opinion because you may be emotionally overwrought about something, which is genuinely horrific, and you're just spewing off,
or you're just wrong,
and you then calm down and delete that, whatever, and then you're put in prison for 2 years. I just think that is basically, then you're into North Korea, Russia, and everything else, where any criticism of the state does that.
Which brings me right back to where we started. Thank you for having people I strongly disagree with. I disagreed with both of those guests that you just had on. Thank you for having them on. I have to see that. We all have to see that.
I completely
agree. Have to exercise the muscle of curiosity and intelligence and calmness while listening to people we vehemently disagree with.
Yeah, and just final point, but on the guy, the Israeli minister, the reason I was so annoyed was one of the devices used to silence legitimate debate about this is you call somebody something ending in ik or ist. So if you said the biological men in women's sport thing was a problem, you were immediately transphobic. And similarly, if you've criticized Israel's recent strategy in Gaza, which most people find pretty indefensible, even if you've been someone like me that stuck his neck out to defend Israel for many, many months and their right to defend themselves, even if I've tried to be really fair and impartial and go after both sides where I felt they're wrong, that any semblance of criticizing the Israeli government strategy meant I must be anti-Semitic and a Jew hater. And I was really incensed by that. And so when he came on and tried to pretend that isn't what he was saying and that it was about, one or two guests or whatever, that's not what he posted. He was doing that deliberately to try and silence me. And I find that a really insidious thing too.
I agree with you. I've been called the same thing. I bring up George Soros, and suddenly I am an anti-Semite.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Candace Owens brings up the Jewish